25th birthday was approaching, and I was kind of taking a look at my list. It's like, okay, I've done this, that, and the other. I had gotten my bartending license. I had taken a ride in a helicopter. I'd had the good sense to learn to fly a helicopter off the list. And I'm going down my list of things. I'm like, okay, the only thing I have on this list left to do before I turn 25 is to jump out of an airplane. So clearly, quarter century, it is time to fling myself out of a flying object. So I'm talking to all my friends, I really want to go skydiving, I want to do this on this day, my birthday's coming up, my birthday's on a Tuesday, who's going to come with me? And all of these friends say they're going to come with me, and of course, inevitably, one by one, they all cancel. So my birthday's coming up, it's on Tuesday, it is Sunday, I have to work Monday and Tuesday. Well, I guess today I'm going to need to jump out of an airplane. So I do a Google search, I find a place that will let you jump out of an airplane. I take my nearly maxed out credit card, I buy the ticket, and then I need to decide. I was living in Brooklyn at the time, and I was jumping out of an airplane in Long Island. So I needed to decide how I was going to get to Long Island. And there are, pros and cons. The pro of getting a zip car is that you don't need to wait and transfer trains. The pro of taking the Long Island Railroad is if you die jumping out of an airplane, your family who doesn't know that you're doing this isn't responsible for finding and returning a rental car. So I decided I'm going to take the Long Island Railroad. I sort of packed myself an emergency kit. It has like a Diet Coke, two like over-the-counter packets of Advil, and a People magazine. I'm like, okay, this is awesome. I am going, I'm getting on the train, I am going to jump out of this airplane. So I take the Long Island Railroad, I get out of the train station, I've got a 2-mile walk through just like a ton of fields to get to the skydiving airfield. And I don't know how sophisticated I thought it was going to be, but it was actually just a shed in the middle of a field with like words painted on a post, like the beginning of a horror movie. This is a great idea. Also, I don't know how to go back to the train station. I guess I'm just going to go in here and make sure they process my order and jump out of the airplane. So I go inside, and it sort of looks like a weird 80s dentist office. It's like all wood paneling, and like couches that are like overstuffed, but before overstuffed was a thing, when it's actually like the couch is about to fucking explode and just sit on it. Like watch out for pointy things. And I'm filling out my paperwork, and you would think that the most difficult or terrifying part of going skydiving would be right before you jump out of the airplane. It's actually the 15 minutes where you are signing 400 consecutive pages of releases saying that you fully understand that you will probably die and it will probably be your fault. So like you're just signing them and you're signing them and you're signing them. And then they sit you down in front of this educational video, and it's this guy with like a Duck Dynasty beard wearing like some sort of flak jacket, and like for whatever reason I decided in my head he was like a Mormon who had been excommunicated. I didn't know for that, but that's just what I decided. He's like, I'm really proud of it. I stand behind my invention, like the Paratronic 7000, but nothing's perfect. I'm like, and here are all the ways you're going to die. Shit, okay. But I'm already there, like what am I going to tell my friends when I go home? I've got this bucket list. I'm like, okay, I need to do it. I need to go up into the airplane, and I feel a lot better because in New York at that time, I haven't been skydiving since this time, so I don't know what the rules are now, but your first 10 jumps, you needed to jump tandem. So I am strapped to the front of some guy who throws himself out of airplanes for a living. This is either very good or really fucking stupid. And so I'm talking to the guy, he's got a 3-year-old, seems like he's pretty invested in seeing the 3-year-old graduate from high school. He's like, okay, this is going to be fine. So we get up into the airplane, everything's super tiny underneath you, and you're looking down, oh my god, I'm actually up in the airplane. And the options at that point are sort of, you get out of the airplane one of two ways. Either you admit to everyone in this airplane that you are a total weenie, waste their time and make them ground the thing, or you jump out of the airplane. Okay, I have to do this. And I'm so nervous that in the process of, you're just supposed to butt scoot to the door and let the wind slash this giant man strapped to your back carry you out of the airplane. But I'm so nervous, and I don't want to chicken out, that like I sort of preemptively try to throw myself, and I hit the airplane door on my way out. And so like very literally, like don't let the door hit you on the way out. Except I did. I'm tumbling, and you think it's going to be a free fall, but it's actually like you're right. It feels like you're just laying above a giant industrial fan, and your face is like gills. And like, you know, in the 5 minutes I'm free falling down there with this large man strapped to my back, and like a giant like bruise like engorging my entire leg. I'm like, well, guess I can check that one off the list.